beer tubers, welcome back to Maxwell Starr and Sithe beer reviews. Tonight we're over at Sithe's place.
Yep.
And we're going to take a look at a beer that he brought back from
Florida!
What part of Florida was it?
It's actually Orlando, Florida. We were at a fabulous beer place called Nightly Spirits.
Right on.
It's a place that's in Orangeville Drive or Orangeville.
Orangeville. Okay.
And it was just to die for.
Well, you've been telling me it's been pretty awesome, and this is actually just one big example of why it's so awesome. This isn't just any ordinary St. Ambroise Vintage Ale, which I actually haven't reviewed yet. It is the 20th anniversary Vintage Ale from 2009. That was well before I started doing beer reviews, and I think it kept fine. It's 9.8% ABV.
It's tasty.
Why, you already had one?
I plead the fifth.
Right. 20 years ago, McCausland Brewing opened its doors to St. Ambroise Street, bringing beer lovers unparalleled experiences. 2 decades later, we're still doing it. Brewed just once a year by Peter McCausland and brewmaster Alan Brunzall. St. Ambroise Vintage Ale is the culmination of our experience and passion. Our previous Vintage Ales have won accolades and international awards. We expect no less from our 2009 series. However, there is something special about this particular beer. So there is something specific other than 2009. We have done a lot of living in the last 20 years, and we've learned much about our craft. We are stronger now than when we were in '89, thanks in large to our hard parts, to our staff, our consumers, and countless others who have helped along our journey. So it really doesn't say what's different about this one. It's just that we've learned more. Okay, so there's no different ingredients, no different hops. Well, the hops have probably been faded by now.
This is also a 5-year-old beer.
Yeah, and so it's now, McCausland is now 25 years old, so cheers. This is a 5-year-old bottle of St. Ambroise Vintage Ale. I've actually got a bottle of 2012 sitting at home that Brew By Me sent me a couple years ago. So cheers to him, but if he's watching, Dale. And eventually I'll get to that one reviewed as well. I still got, and maybe we'll review it at some point together, is I've got the 2012 bottling of the St. Ambroise Russian Imperial Stout as well. It's like 3 years old now, almost.
Yes.
Actually, there's a 2011 bottle of that I've got at home. 2011. Whatever. Do you want to do the honors of cracking open your beer from Sunshine State? Which is the Sunshine State? Is that Florida? Or is that California?
I honestly can't remember.
Or is that Arizona?
It's a state.
It's where old people go to retire.
Well, Florida is known for having lots of old people retire there and whatnot. So.
Right on. So looking at that right away, it's got that deep. It's a little lighter than mahogany. I was almost thinking, like, you know, when you think of like a vintage ale or a barley wine or something, it's got that deep brownish taste. Deep brownish look. This one here's got this almost like a
almost an
apricot color. Yeah. I mean, it's darker. Mine's definitely unfiltered.
Yours is a bit darker than mine.
Definitely.
So that you got a little bit more dregs in that.
I don't think it's so much darker. It's just that mine's certainly more cloudy.
Yeah.
Mine's got that, you know. Oh, gross. It's got that 5-year-old yeast sitting at the very bottom of it. It looks decent, but no head. But, you know, for 10% beer, you can't expect that all the time. And one thing I got to say is it still looks appetizing. So let's give it a sniff, because I can smell it right now. Damn, that's fruity.
There's definitely a bit of an apricot smell to it.
Apricots, it's like figs and dates.
Yep. A little bit of sweetness.
More like figs, and there's this almost astringent booziness to it as well. I can really smell it, and it's got that almost characterized. It's almost got a little bit more astringent or sharper kind of smell that the typical barley wine would have. And I don't want to say it smells barley wine or stouty or something like that.
It's verging on barley wines.
Yeah. Well, it is a vintage ale. I mean, that's a similar style of beer. It's just not 100%. It's almost got this fruity citrus kind of, wafting astringency to it that you. Well, you know what? It really smells good. So let's put her down the hatch. Ooh. Very the booziness. I mean, it's good. It's just it also has resting on top of this almost like alcohol.
Yep.
You've got a lot of alcohol to it.
It definitely has a good amount of booze to it.
Not super boozy, but I mean, you get that taste wrapping around the outside of your tongue where it's got this. Well, alcohol is astringency, but I mean, it's almost like drinking like something. Like hard liquor with something with a lot of alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Who knows what this is at now if it was bottled.
Yeah, that's the other thought.
What
it
is
very
this?
well could be up around the 10-11% by the smell and taste of it.
Well, I mean, it's 5 years old, bottled with the sediments and yeasts in it, and had a lot of sugar. So it had some growing to do, and it didn't explode in the bottle. At least, I mean. But, I mean, it's got this, it's not, I won't say it's, what?
It's got a toffee flavor to it.
I'm not saying that the alcohol is omnipresent. You get that malty backbone, the toffee, the caramel. But it's, resting on top of that is that alcohol that doesn't seem like completely mask it, but it's obviously, it's not so much like the wood grain countertop, but there's definitely a lot of lacquer on it.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of... there's a lot of booze to this.
There is. Not that I'm going to say that's bad. That is definitely Booze City.
Yep.
Holy fuck. That's warming. I mean, it's just a couple of sips of this and I'm already feeling warm down the tummy.
Yep, and you can take a couple more and you'll feel it in the head.
So what do you think? You want to say some words? Of course you do. You always do.
Well, I'm a man of few words, I think. To me, it's a really good beer. I couldn't help but pick it up for the price that I picked it up for. I think I paid $9 for a 5-year-old bottle of beer. I'm not complaining. I went back after I had the first one and picked up a second to bring back because it was tasty and I enjoy it. But I like the higher alcohol things.
I mean, yeah, I know why you like the higher alcohol thing. And especially if you're a huge rum drinker, I can see why you would. Yeah. I'm not 100% personally as much about the hard liquor.
No.
I mean, I personally moved to drinking beer because I was getting away with from a lot of the hard liquor, and I just thought, beer's tasty, it's cheap. And I got a little carried away with beer over the years, but I probably don't like it quite as much as you, but I still think it's excellent.
Yep.
So what do you want to give it?
I'm actually going to give it a 3.
Maybe I will like it better than you. What's your explanation?
Again, it could just be that it's aged too long, but it's got the potent liquors just not melding. Like I like my liquor to meld with what I'm drinking, and with this, it's not melding. It's got a fabulous flavor, but there's a lot of booze flavor to it.
No, actually, I completely agree with you on that one. The booze is there. It's there, but it doesn't seem to be masked or mixed well with the rest of it. But I still like it.
Yep.
I'm gonna say 3.25 out of 5. I just feel it doesn't deserve a 3.
Well, like I say, it's tasty, and also I'm sure if I let it,
breathe a bit, maybe.
Yeah, breathe, or even actually rotated the bottle a couple times so that the sediment all wasn't at the bottom.
Evenly mixed throughout the beer, or even strain it so that you don't get the yeast at all. I mean, I'm getting a lot of the yeast, almost tangy breadiness.
That's some of the good parts, though.
Well, there you go. Haha. Don't worry, I'll share that 2011 with you. Yeah, it's good, and I think maybe as a contrast, I should really get to that 2011 soon. So there you go. That's what we thought of St. Ambroise 2009. It's probably aging a little too long at this point because it's super boozy.
Yep.
Talk to you folks later. Cheers.
Cheers.